Hello, everybody. We're going to do another Vassal um, video on B17 Flying Fortress Leader by DVG Games. I'm on 1.7. I'm just about done. Made a lot of changes to it. It's got some good automation to it. Most everything is where I want it to be. I'm still working a couple king sail. I do want to add the single plane variant into it yet. Um, but the module for the most part, I think, let's see, I'm on line 9 for the player's logs. That's almost complete, and I'll probably play around with that a little bit in this video also. Anyway, start a new game. We'll start a new game offline. Click next, select the mission you want to do, and I figure this time let's set up for, I've never done an allied invasion. I'll probably confuse myself and make an arse of myself here in front of everybody, but let's set up for allied invasion. Now let's pop the screen up. As you see now, there's an extra row of targets for target cards. I added that in there because quite a few scenarios, if you get the right German commander and he builds an extra factory, you've got nowhere to put it. And I believe it's this campaign where you choose for each, or maybe it's another campaign and I'm just getting confused. Yeah, there's a different one. Anyway, you choose 4 of each. Now I'm interested to find out which one that is. But that'll also give you plenty of room for your secondary targets. Like the last one I played, I had 3 extra targets, and if you don't use it, then it's easy to just scroll right down and it's not even there. But the options are there. I did make target markers for them so you can drag them down and put them on the hexes where the target is if you so desire. All the pieces now, there's no longer pieces marker up here. I have that hidden. Every piece that is in the game should be on the board with the correct piece count. That game comes from DVG. Your markers for your zone pluses and minuses are down here. ETO, did I make that? Yes, and the ETO is all right here for this one. So as you see, everything should be on this board, and I've been play testing as many scenarios or campaigns as I possibly can to make that happen. Your builds are up here next to this. Your diversions are here. I did flights, target, destinations. I had trouble with the I did put mouse over. I didn't realize I didn't have that on, and I got that fixed now. I had somehow it messed my backsides up on the low intel target, but oh, we don't want that one. Return to deck. Okay. I also put flags on the Luftwaffe critical hexes so you don't forget them. I'm notorious for having to look up in the rule book and find all over again the small paragraph that refers to them. So I put Nazi flags on there so you would be easy to see which ones are not, Luftwaffe critical. Just another thing I thought might help. Anything else good here? Leaders, commanders are down here. I did put like your recon and everything down here. So you have to purchase it and bring it up where you can use it. So it's accessible but not too accessible. I put all the counters for the tactics down here, and the technology for the U.S. The German technology will show up on the German commanders cards, as will a lot of the extra bandits, counters, and stuff like that. Just go through and verify all them with another thing I've been play testing. So basically, that's it in a nutshell. The overview. You got your veterans, your novices, your S and your J Focals, which are nasty, by the way. Your engagement counters here. If you use the engagement, I always like to use that. All your bombs, and I never put those in, and maybe something I'll work on eventually, but I never put those in for taking them out for any years that don't use them, because it's just a lot of extra programming, and I figured it would be one of those things maybe I'll work on at a later date when this is out there, put a patch out for it or something. So I'm not real good at that, so I got to learn all that. But anyway, that's the overview on it. And so let's go back to starting a game out. First thing, most important, for any of you that have Hornet Leader, and I believe it's Thunderbolt Apache Leader has the same thing. You've got to click on the remove before flight, or the game will not play right. This will remove all the cards that are not available for this year. All right. So we better read the special rules first. After the D-Day invasion, the Allies continued to bomb strategic targets, but also supported tactical operations when needed. Special rules. After starting the campaign, new B17 groups cost 4 SO points less. Bandit attacks -2, flak attacks +2. Alright. Place the ETO theater counter in hex 10. We can do that right away. As you see, I put that up here so it's nice and easy. So we'll bring that on down, put that in hex 10. Push the ETO theater counter forward from the Normandy beaches, hex 10, to Berlin, hex 16. No Luftwaffe squadrons behind the ETO theater. Remove upon advance. Alright, -6 VPs for each hex short of Berlin. Initial Luftwaffe squadrons 14. So we're going to grab 14 of them. And I always like to bring them down here, just like that. And as you see, there's 14 of them. Alright, initial Luftwaffe airfields 3. Now I like to pull these out slowly, and I do that before I distribute the airfields for a reason, because I'd like to just pull these right here. Then I can right click on them. As you see, you can see the target very well now. But if there's any information on this, as you can see, this says Bandits 2 down the bottom. If there's any information on that card, I have a target notes section that will add whatever you need to know onto that card as a visual reminder for you. And then we're going to put that'll go to target 1. As you see, I added an extra menu in there, sub-menu in there for targets 12 to 22. So the paperwork is not as, it's really didn't add a whole lot to add that extra column, extra row up there. So we just go put him on target 1, and he appears up there. So we need 3 of them. Again, we're looking for target notes. We got ETO +1, as you can see down the bottom there in the notes, and we're going to send him to target 2. And the third airfield, he has bandits again. He's a bandits 1, so the bandit, when you hit bandits, the bandit 1 appears. And dispersed is for your bombs. So we're going to send him to target 3. All right. Initial aircraft factories, 5 of them. First one, AC-19. He looks like he has no target notes, so you will not see that there. We're just going to send him straight to target 4. Second one, he has no notes, send him straight to target 5. Third one, he has notes, bandits. Again, he's a bandits 1, as you see. We'll send him to target 6. Fourth one, yeah, I'm all right. Wait, getting confused already. He has no extra notes on him, so we're going to send him straight to target 7. Draw another one, last one. He has no notes, but we'll double check that anyway and send him to target 8. All right. Initial med theater is Tunis. Move him there. And initial USSR theater is East Poland. We'll put that there. Secondary missions, yes, we will do that. And that'll be if we're set up off of this, other than the fact that we're going to need to recruit 2 greens, an average, skilled, and a veteran. And we'll have 100 initial SO points to do so. Now, what we can do, and I'll show you briefly how to use it, though I really don't like using the log, is we'll enter the campaign name. Actually, we're going to select from a list. It'll be easier there. And we're going to go down and look for the Allied invasion. And we're going to click on the year, which is 1945. Actually 1944 to 45, so we'll put 44 in first. Starting month is June. Starting SO points will be 100. Weekly SO points will be 28. And monthly replacement points will be 18. This will be sheet 1, and yes, eventually I would like to have up to 6 sheets here, and if it's easy enough I'll put more than that. We'll have to see how the copy and pasting goes. So that would set that up. And for those of us that can't see very well when it comes to reading, this is, I have it default at 63%, but the 100% is right there. As you see, awful big, easy to read, direct scan off of the one that comes with the game, and that's it. Alright, but I prefer to use the Excel version available on Board Game Geek. I have added a few things to it to make it better. For me anyway. I mean, this is just my take on things. So I go ahead and I'm able to click up here, look for Allied invasion, and it'll automatically put in all my information there. Also, then you see I have select options below, and for me, I'm a little nuts. I like things with options, so I do all the options. So in doing all the options, that'll bring us back to random group, which we will do in a minute. Target intel, which is already set up in the game. Weather, which is already set up in the game. Target intel's pieces are right there. The weather, I got the pieces already on the each zone. Bomber wings, I use bomber wings over here. I put wing 1 here, wing 2 here, wing 3 here, and my fighters go down here. Vet novice bandits. Now we have to go into the chart and look up 1944. So we're going to use 3 veterans. We're going to come down to the bottom here. And it takes a little manual labor, but it's still better than nothing. You're going to have to count your chits out anyway. So we're just going to draw 3 right now, or actually 2, because there's 5 total for each, and we're going to move them off to the side. Just something like that. And then these 3 are already assigned to the bandits. And then 4 novices, so that means we can move 1 novice over. We'll just put him right there. And then these can all be sent to the bandits. Then all you gotta do is come up here, click draw specific cards, and verify that you have 3 and 4 according to the year. So we're good on that one. So the veteran novice option is now in play. Engagements, I will use them as long as I don't forget each time we have a dog fight or an encounter with the fighters. Okay, so that also, when we do that, increases my SO points automatically based on how many points you get for each option. As you see, the veteran novice, that's based on the year. So we're going to have 153 points to start. And I also have it so I can type in over here the SO points that cost, and it'll automatically subtract them and tell me how many I spent right here. For say recon, I put that down here so you can buy 2 or 2 depending. Can't have both, one or the other. And commander points and equipment, just put a number in there, and for certain things like promotions and stuff, you can just add that number to either or. That'll keep track of all your purchases when you first start, which this one's not the same as you'll get off a Board Game Geek, but if anybody ever notifies me, I'll send them a copy of what I've got. It's no big deal. There's no copyright or anything on this. It's available on Board Game Geek as an original, and I just like messing with things. So I will also, because everything automatically saves, rename that. Let's call that save a copy. Oh, Allied Invasion. And that should already be wanting to save it to my B17 folder. And that's it for that. So we have our extra bandits and stuff in there. We have all of our targets. I'm going to draw the rules up real quick just so I can verify the step-by-step of the campaign setup. Alright, that'll be page 18. Alright, special rules. That can be allied technology available. We have, I believe it's just about everything. P80 shooting star is available in October 44. Definitely won't buy that right off the bat. Probably won't buy it at all. Let's see, we'll get to buying technology after we've got our planes and everything set up. Display sheet set up, I believe we have everything there except the month, day, and the year. The year is 44. We are playing in June, and it'll be week 1. In case you're wondering where the day marker is, it is on the campaign sheet like this one that is that uses it. It'll be there when you need it. Okay, Luftwaffe squadrons. We'll place them now. Actually, before we do that, I'd like to place these down there. This goes to 13. Oh, we got a nice little lag going on there. Very nice. Only when I'm recording do I get that. Okay, 2 goes to 10. I always kind of put them on this side, then the Luftwaffe squadrons on the others. 3 goes to 7. 4 goes to 15. 5 goes to 7. Loading up on 7. 6 goes to 9. Not a whole lot of close targets yet. We'll see how the Luftwaffe sets up. 14 and 16. Alright, there's my targets. Now we'll start rolling for these. 15, 11, and there is no maximum, so as many air Luftwaffe as you roll will go to that one hex. It can have all 14 of them if you're so unlucky to roll that way. Alright, keep rolling. 18, 9, 6, 10, 9, 7, 12, 15, 9, ooh, 12, and that is our Luftwaffe setup. So not bad. I mean, it's not like you're going to pull a right hook or anything. You do have a couple wide open targets up here as long as you don't get a good Luftwaffe drill. Alright, replace those. War theaters, we have those all placed. Banner counter draw cup, we've taken care of that. Bomber and fighter groups. Purchase bomber and fighter groups. Now we'll do that. Alright, we got to get my thing up here. And now, as you can see, anything that's not available in 44 will show up. Now, this isn't available till October 44, but it shows up. You'll have to do that on your own. I'm not going to put it in my mix right now. The only thing that shouldn't be available this late in the game is the Spitfires, which are only available in 42. I'm going to send all these to the bomber deck and fighter deck. This is for randomization. You don't need to do this if you're not playing the random squadron. They'll all be down here then. Alright, then we're going to tighten this up a little bit because we don't need to have it there. And we're going to draw over to our wing 1, and we're going to draw for wing 1. Actually, I'm going to mix these up a little bit because I don't want all my recruits and stuff in the first one. So actually, we're going to draw a fighter first anyway, because the fighters always promote fast. So we're going to have the 359th costing us 15 SO points, and he's going to come in as a recruit. So we'll demote him to a recruit 3 and can see he is a +4 ATA, not a bad start, but he doesn't have good durability. He does have good range, however. So the 359th, 15 points. I always put them way down the bottom of my log sheet. Fighter group. Oh, I can't type for crap. 359D. Alright, and he is an R3. And that leaves him 138 points left. Alright. Now, into the greens. I like to have 2 fighter groups, so I will choose another fighter, and he'll be green. We're going to have the 56th for 10 points. He's going to come in green, and there'll be a green 3. He gets Commander Zemke with him. Now I have Zemke here, but he will not follow the card around. I did that because it's easier to control that piece, but it's kind of makes things a little difficult. So because I did that, these are deletable. If you want, you just move everything around, and then you put the pilot on them later. I mean the commander on them later to remember that. So we'll put them down. That's the 56th, 10 points, green 3. Alright. Now we'll start looking at our bombers. He has the range of 4, by the way, and durability of 1. But Zemke gives him range +2, but -1 air to air, and that's due to their fuel tanks. So now we start hitting our bombers up, and we hope we get some long range ones. Right. So right off the bat, we get Blind Date, which will be our greenie. And it'll be green 5, and they have the chin turret upgrade, so we'll give that. Now on the chin turrets that you purchase, you will get your regular chin turret counter with the -2 front or +2 air, I think it is. But the ones that already have the chin turret upgrade on the card, that ATA is already built in. So for the ones that show up on the cards, you will only see the -2 frontal, if you're wondering why that piece looks like that. He will go down here into my wing 1, and I will go ahead and draw a random commander for wing 1, because you get a free commander with each wing. Usually I'll start with 2 wings. And that will be Feigl. Weight +2, formation +2. That's a big one. Alright. So we got the 388th for 14 points. And he is a green 5. And they still have 114 points to go. Second bomber, he's going to be average, will be the Berlin Sleeper, the 92nd Bomber Group for 12 points. B17 Fs, Tech YB 40. He's my air-to-air rigged up bomber, so he'll carry less weight. But it's actually good that he got called into that squadron, because Feigl, if you remember right, gives us a weight +2, and he can fly with anybody. So if we fly him with there, he actually makes out pretty good. And he's great to have around in case of fighters come after him. So that'll be the 92nd, and that's 12. And he'll be average 5. Now, we have a skilled and a veteran, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a skilled for my first wing still, and I'll let the veteran go into the second wing with all the greenies that we start getting. Alright, so next bomber is a skilled, and we choose the 306th, another B17 F, and he will be skilled, so we'll promote him. And he'll be a +5 air to air and a +0 air to ground. So that is the 306 for 12 points. And that's skilled 6. Alright, that'll be my first bomber group, my first bomber wing. And usually I save 4 slots for each wing, because eventually I'll wind up with four planes to each wing, because all your planes have got to, except my third wing. Third wing's usually just 2, and I keep 3 slots open for fighters, and then I run out of room. I did add some extra columns on this too, so that it matches the sheet that comes with the game. Alright, enough of that. Veteran. Next guy is veteran. Another B17G, 14 points. It's the 100th. He'll be veteran. And veteran 8. +1 air to ground, fast, +5 air to air. That's a good one to have around. So the 100th bomber group, veteran 8, costing us 14, and he gets chin turret. All right, 100th, veteran 8. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and get another commander over here, and that will be Wilson. I have them random too coming out of that stack, so everything's random. And as you see, he has the concentrate fire and ignore frontal tank. So if you use him, concentrate fire will be here, and it'll just drop it underneath of him, and just move him to the side to grab that. I also made the pieces that come off of the commanders deletable, so if you don't want to move them around, you don't have to. Just it makes it a little difficult for these guys. I got to figure out if I want to automate the wing commanders somehow. I don't want to get too much in there because that's an option. So right now I just drag them back and forth, because they don't stick with any particular bomber. They can fly with anybody. So anybody in that wing, let me clarify that. Alright, next bomber. Now we're starting to go back to green. Everybody else we purchased now will be green because of the star in the campaign sheet, as you see right here. Everybody else we purchased now will be green until we start the game, and then everybody we purchase then will come in as a recruit. So next bomber we're purchasing, we have 76 points left. I'll tell you what, let's get we'll draw a bomber right now, and we get the B-24H. Good, we got a long range bomber now. It's 458th, and they will be green. So we will control shift P them. Green 5, -1 air to ground, +3 air to air. That's the 458th, and he cost us 18 points. And he is green 5. Oops. Alright, and he gets chin turret upgrade also. Okay, now one more green bomber. We have 58 points left, and we get another B17G, the 447th, and he will also be green. That's weird. They usually don't have reassigned to green. No, he does. Alright, and he's going to cost us 14 points. 447th Bomber Group, 14 points. Okay, that leaves us 44. Now, before we do anything else, I will purchase both recons. Now I got to decide whether I want to go 8 or 16. They really make a big difference. Let's do 16. We'll flip them both. We're going to go 16. We're going to go big. Okay, so we'll give you an insight as to where we stand so far. We got our 2 wings here, our fighters down here. We got 28 points left to spend. We have 2 recons showing here, and we have spent 125. One more bomber. That'll be 14. That'll be Misbehaving, the 379th Bomber Group, for 14. And he'll be green. Control Shift P, Greg, not alternate P. Oh, and that's what happened when you click the wrong one. There we go. He'll get sent over to there. And we don't want that. Control Shift P. Okay. I'm going to keep with 2 wings right now. Because if we don't, we don't get experience for the one that does. It gets to sit out every. That's we get ASW targets. And even still, we can cut somebody out. So let's put him with. He'll go, well, you know, how much a choice. He's going to go up here with them. 379th Bomber Group, green 5, costing us 14. That leaves us 14 points. I think I'm going to hold up buying right there, and we're going to go in and promote pilots. You can promote a group by 1 skill level for 4 SO points. So right now we have the chance to promote 3 guys, and I will go in and promote Blind Date to an average 5. That gets rid of their -1 air to ground. That is the 388th, and it'll be average 5. That's 4 points. Put that down here. Definitely want to get our long range guy promoted to average. He'll be average 5. That makes him a +0, costing us 4 more points. And that is the 458th Bomber Group. They'll be average 5. And we got enough for one more. We might as well make the 447th average 2. And that'll get rid of his -1. And he also gets the chin turret. I missed that earlier. Alright. So the 447th will be a average 5 also. So this 379th will stay green because they're +0 already. And we're out of points. Well, not really. We have 2 left. We're not buying any more aircraft right now. And the radar costs us 3, so we won't buy that right now. We're just going to sit on that. And then recon assets, we got those. Player log, we got those. Bandits destroyed. That's already down here. Supply for our aircraft factories, we have 4, 2, 2, 2, and 3. We go 4, 2, 2, 2, and 3. Alright. Shuffle target deck, we've already done that. Draw initial aircraft factories, done that. Supply counters, we've done that. Airfield targets, we've done that. Shuffle target deck, draw initial airfields, done that. Event cards, they're shuffled already. Campaign target cards. Okay, we're going to use secondary cards in this. So we're going to draw a secondary mission. Secondary mission for special weapons, not there yet. Secondary mission cards. As you see, all these are available now. In a game where the special missions aren't available, these will all go away unless the campaign calls for a specific special weapon, in which case they'll be there. So we're going to draw one secondary mission card, and that is Vehicle Factories 43 plus, and these should only show up in the year that you want them. So if it's an early year, you won't see this one. Draw 4 vehicle factory targets, destroy at least 8 factory VPs. So we're just going to go ahead and send that to the secondary target deck, and that comes down here. Now we're going to draw 4 factory targets, or vehicle factory targets, and we're on target 9 right now. This is where it's going to come in handy, having that extra thing. Vehicle target factories, or vehicle, well, I'm forgetting already. Vehicle factory targets, getting all tongue twisted, and we're going to be going into target 9 right off the bat. Vehicle factory targets, first one. This one here has no special notes, and he will go to 9. Vehicle factory target, second one, no special notes, send to target 10. Vehicle factory target, no special notes, send to 11. Vehicle factory target, this one has notes, response +2, and we will send him to target 12. Alright, that's our special or secondary missions. Now when you get there, when you change month, all you'll have to do is click to send to secondary mission deck 2, and it'll flip over to here, so you remember that you're on your second month for that. I did automate that for you also. ETO tactical missions. Allied invasion campaign. Required to randomly draw tactical target counters from a cup. Group missions are flown to the hex that has the ETO theater counter. Draw the indicated number of tactical units and place them in the appropriate strength box on the display. Okay. Does that mean we don't use secondary missions? Yes, it doesn't say necessarily that we have to use ETO tacticals only. Let's see how many they are. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, I don't think they're the only ones. They just go into the mix and you draw them as your average everyday special secondary mission. So I think we're just going to keep playing that as it is. All right. And I can remember to shut those submissions off for everything but this campaign. Another note to self. That's why I try to play a little bit of every campaign right now. ETO secondary missions. That's really not too hard to do. Alright, so as you can see, we're already starting to utilize our extra slot up here. And we haven't even drawn our competition yet, so let's get these targets down there also. 9 goes to 16. 10 goes to 18. Got one deep in the heart of Germany. 11 goes to 16. And 12 goes to 16. We got a whole bunch of them starting to gang up on 16, but 16's wide open, and we could actually slip in there if we got average and poor response. We could actually slip in there with a group and lay them to waste. Something to think about. Okay. Oh boy, yawning. Time to go to sleep. German defense commanders. I believe this is last but not least. Just come here. I put them up here because I only want one card showing down here, and I don't want the whole deck to be face up, so I put them up here. And I guess really it doesn't matter, but if I put a deck here, you were not going to be able to utilize the commander the way it's supposed to with all my menus and stuff, so that's the way I'm doing it. And we get Commander Corton. Commander Corton, he replaces on 8+. He's 1 to 5 poor, 6 to 7 average, so he'll be pretty easy for me to fly against. But he gets the flak gun radar. So we're going to click here, get the flak gun radar, and put it 1 month ahead. As I said earlier, every technology available to the German commanders should be on there, on his card. Dispersed means they'll go for the dispersed bomber groups first, and then they have anybody that comes in with bombs will be able to use their bombs against the bombers. And down the bottom, my favorite, construct a new aircraft factory. So we draw one more factory. And this one here we will go up to 13, I believe we're up to. Yes, and that will go down to hex 9, and we're going to add 2 more to the supply. Wonderful. All right, so as you see, it really comes into play where you need that second level a lot. So I'm going to stick with that. That's something I had added and asked people's opinion on. Um, there was thoughts of putting it as a map for only certain scenarios, but I think I'm going to leave it for all of them because all it takes is that. And the other thing is if you get the special weapons, the U-boat ME-262, DH-0229, or V3 cannon, you can also draw targets for them, and things can get pretty unwieldy and fast. So I'm going to leave that open for all of them. And so that brings us to selected commander, technologies, tactics, bum, bum, bum. Luftwaffe response is 0. We just got to remember the bandit attacks are -2 and the flak attacks are +2. I might make counters up for that. Anyway, we have everything else set up, and we are ready for week 1, and I will not record that right now. We're going to stop where we're at. I will show you my log sheet, and the points spent, we're down to 2, and we'll add that to our weekly SO points, which is 28, so that's 30. Yeah, it could have been worse. I could have drawn a Luftwaffe commander that has the sub edition, then we would have lost points right off the bat. So that's where I'm going to stop right there. I want to thank you all for joining in, and hopefully one day this will be available to everybody out there, and I hope I've done a good enough job on it to where you all can enjoy it. Thanks for your time, and we'll see. Maybe I'll even record the weeks on this. We'll see how that goes. Thanks for joining me, and you all have a great day or night.